Okay, good morning. Let's get started. So, hands on the back of your lower back and squeeze your elbows into each other. So if you look at me from the, I've just got them sitting on my lower back, upper hips. I'm gonna squeeze my elbows together. And while I do that, I'm gonna fold halfway down and then right back up. Really pull in the belly. So you got all those muscles working. And just sort of oscillate between down and up. Whatever pace feels good for you. But keep those elbows pulling towards each other so you have a big activation of those muscles in your upper back. I'm gonna do a few more here. Maybe try to go a little deeper if you can. If not, that's fine. And then fold all the way down, let your hands release to the floor. Now you're gonna inhale and extend to a flat back. And then fold back down. And then do that again. Inhale, extend, and then fold back down. Again. And fold. And now do a reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms and reach up. Try to get nice and tall, and then take it all the way back down again, really slowly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Now, when you extend this time, hold up and come all the way back up. Flip your palms and reach. Try to be lifting out of your hips. Get as tall and long as you can. And now make a fist, thumbs up, squeeze the elbows straight back. Fold halfway down and come back up. A little bit more activation going on in your upper back. You're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Down and up, find your breath. Inhale on the way down. Exhale when you come up. Try to go a little further. Keep the elbows nice and high. Your legs are straight if you can get them straight. Now on this one, we're going to hold it down, release the arms, let your head relax. Just hang out here and breathe. Okay, inhale, extend to a flat back. And now walk your fingers forward and shift your hips backwards. So stretching out the side body, feeling your lats. Take 3 big, huge breaths and make sure your head is wherever your neck feels okay. Nice. Now walk it all the way forward to plank. Keep your hips up in line with your back and walk it all the way back to a full fold. And then just keep repeating. You're warming up your upper back, your arms and shoulders. While you walk out and back, see if you can keep your legs straight. Now in this one, we're going to hold the plank. We're going to step our feet in, and now you're in bear. So let's get the knees just above the floor. It's a nice little stretch for the back of the lower legs. Hold on this spot as you breathe. Now let's take it to a small dog. Both heels should be able to get down on the floor. We're just going to hold on this spot for a few breaths. Push your legs straight if you can. Okay, now let's come back, knees just hovering above the floor. And back to that small dog. And again, knees come down. Small dog. And back to bear. This time we're going to let the knees come down on the floor.
I'm gonna have you bring your wrists in so they're under your shoulders and do some cat-cows. Really sort of incorporate your breathing today as much as you can. Each time you start a movement, try to start it with an inhalation. When you complete it, exhale. You will benefit the most the more you breathe. Okay, let's come on to the tops of our feet. And I just want you to sit back towards your heels and then come forward. Back to your quadruped position and keep alternating. Take it back, so you're sitting on your heels and you're coming back up, wrists over shoulders. Let's do that a few more times. Should feel a nice stretch around the ankles, maybe your shins if they're tight. Okay, now in your quadruped position, we're just going to open the knees a little bit wider than what you had them, and now sit it back. Getting a little bit more into your groin. And if this is bothering your knees, you can always put some towels underneath. Just forward and back, just a few more times. Okay, now bring those knees back hip width apart. Tuck those toes under. We're going to come into that small downward facing dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet and extend the spine. Walk your fingertips forward. Try to shift your hips backwards. Take some big deep breaths. And now do a reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms. We're going to hold the arms parallel to the floor and try to push them back. And now bring them all the way together till your pinkies touch. And open, proud out your chest. You're trying to pull the shoulders apart while you create this movement. I'm going to do a few more here. Little shoulder mobility. Now take your palms, let them face forward. Keep your elbows at the height of the shoulders and let the hands go up and down. So no movement from the shoulder to the elbow. A few more. So good for us. Okay, now relax the arms. Take a nice big deep breath. Sweep them up and swan dive it all the way down. Let your head go. You want to completely unweight the upper body. Big deep breaths here. Inhale and extend to a flat back. Exhale, pull. Walk your hands out to plank. Now this time we're going to step our left foot up between the hands. So start yourself out in a low runner's lunge. Now we're going to lower that right knee to the floor. I'm going to have you walk your hands back as you move your hips backwards. Toes point up to the ceiling. Walk it forward. Now here, I want you to look forward, proud out your chest. So you're getting a deep stretch through this hip flexor, your groin, inner thigh of that left leg. Just let the hips relax forward so you're not fighting it. Now walk it back again, toes up. So hopefully you can get this left leg straight. And again, if you feel anything under that right knee, grab a towel. Walk it forward, take your gaze forward, and let's go right back again. Okay, come forward, step back, you're in plank. We're just going to switch feet. So your right foot comes up, you're in that nice low runner's lunge. Take that left knee down. Walk your hands back, toes up. And come forward. And again, don't forget to use a towel under that left knee if it feels better. Walk it back. And forward. We're going one more time. Nice. Now, with both hands down, I want you to step back to your high plank. We're gonna go back to a down dog. Try to push the heels towards the floor, even if they don't get there. And now just hover the knees above the floor, but don't change the upper body position. Go back to the dog and hover the knees. So you're getting into the pads of your feet, or the ball of the feet. Just do a few more, lowering and lifting, and float back to plank and go back to down dog. And just oscillate between the two, forward and back. Come forward, put those knees down, flip those feet out to the side. We're gonna meet in staff pose. So your ankles are gonna go to the corners at the front of the mat. You're gonna sit up nice and tall, walk the hands forward. So let's just see how far forward we can go before we have to round our back to get any further. Keep inching those hands out and just hold on this spot just for a few breaths. I want you to flex your feet. Maybe even try to push the toes towards you. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the calves. I know we worked those calves on Tuesday, so you might be feeling a little stiff there. Now you can take your hands to the bottoms of your feet and ask them to help you pull those feet towards you. Keep the chest proud and your spine long. Now we're going to put the hands back down on the floor. Now we're going to flex the spine, let the head go. Just hang out wherever it feels good. So let's see if we can take 3 or 4 really big breaths. Okay, inhale, extend the spine, walk it back. Now bring your feet hip width apart. You're going to pull that left foot in towards you. You're still sitting really tall. You're going to take your left hand behind that left hip. And you're going to take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Now I want you to start some spinal rotation. So see if you can turn and just look over that left shoulder. But again, it's all about keeping the spine long. Okay, slowly come back, extend that leg out, bring the right foot in, left hand to the outside of that knee, and now right hand behind you, start rotating. So we hold on to that right knee and keep pressing it towards the center line of the body so it doesn't splay out. Now slowly come back and sitting up nice and tall with your feet hip width apart, so no collapsing in the low back. Hands are just on your thighs. I want you to drop your chin. While you're in this spot with your chin nice and low, I want you to take 3 big deep breaths. Nice, now come back up. So your neck is long. You're going to take your hand gently to the outside, left side of your head, and see if you can pull it just ever so slightly. So the right ear goes down towards the shoulder. trying to stretch out these side muscles here. Now take this left hand and sort of walk it out to the side. See if you feel any more of a stretch. Okay, release it, bring the head back up, and just switch sides. Ever so slight tug here, barely anything. Walk this arm out to the side. What we don't want to do through the first phase of this stretch is to drop the chin. So try to keep your neck long, but just take the head over to the side. And now release it. Sitting up nice and tall with your hands on your thighs. Now you're going to take your chin and look down at your left shoulder. These are really good stretches you could do every morning, especially if you're a side sleeper. It's amazing what we can do to our neck while we sleep. Okay, other side. Take your gaze to your right shoulder. Keep crowding out your chest and keep trying to broaden through the shoulders. Okay, now come back forward. Now we're going to take the right hand, lean forward until you grab the outside of that left foot. Take your left hand just outside that leg, and see if you can lower that left elbow down to the floor. So we're trying to stretch our quadratus lumborum muscle. So you might feel a little tug just above the waistband of your pants on the right side. Now see if you can lift that right shoulder up an inch or two. Might add a little more of an intense stretch. Always explore different angles. Okay, let's come back up, sitting nice and tall again. And let's take the left hand to the outside, just lean forward. Keep your spine long, if you can. Now take that right forearm down to the floor. Keep your head wherever your neck is chilling. Maybe lift that left shoulder up a little bit. Nice. Okay, come on back up. Now you're going to slide your right foot inside that left leg, wherever. Doesn't need to be up by the inner thigh. It can be down by your shin. Try to relax this right knee towards the floor, and we're going to walk it out with our spine long. Once you can't go anymore, see if you can get those elbows down, let your head go, just breathe, 5 big breaths. Now inhale, extend the spine, walk your hands back up. We're going to switch feet. So left foot comes inside, sitting up nice and tall. Try to relax the left knee towards the floor and start to walk it out. Flex the spine, let the head go, just breathe. Okay, bring it back up. Extend both legs out. Arms out here, we're gonna Pilates style it all the way down, nice and slow. You're gonna meet in that nice full body stretch. So you're gonna take the arms all the way back. Just relax here, take some big breaths. Now spread those fingers nice and wide. And then make a fist. And then just keep opening and closing. This is good, especially if you're doing lots of weights. Okay, let's bring the arms back by your side. You're gonna step both your feet in. We're gonna start by rocking the pelvis down and up. Just to kind of warm up your midsection. Just go nice and slow. Okay, so let's keep the pelvis tilting up. Let's cross the right knee over the left. And let's just bring the knees in towards us. If you can, grab onto your shins or the outsides of your feet. And try to really bring the knees close to the chest. You can keep those feet low. It's a good place to start this stretch. And now, as you pull the feet towards you, see if you can lift them a little higher up. And then bring them back down again. Moving them simultaneously. Up and down. Whatever range you got. There's no perfect way. Okay, let's release the legs and let's cross the left over the right this time. Bring those knees in. Find your shins of your feet. Hold them in towards you so you feel a big stretch in that left glute. Now move them up and down. Nice and slow. Okay, we're gonna release. Both legs are bent. This time, a smaller bend in the legs. We're gonna do the Sean stretch. So cross your right knee over the left. You don't have too big of a bend in the legs. Guide the knees to the right. They're not going to be down on the floor. You're going to use that right leg to sort of press the left one towards the floor. Lift your left arm straight up to the ceiling and then straight back behind you. Open your fingers wide and try to get that arm as long and straight as you can. Spread your fingers wide and reach the arm to try to touch the back of the room. Keep paying attention to that right leg, pressing the left knee towards the floor. Try to keep the left shoulder towards the floor. And now change the angle of the arm to 45 degrees out from the body. Legs don't change, just breathe. Should feel this all the way over that left hip. Okay, let's bring the arm back in and on the floor, release the crossed knees, bring those legs back up. Before we do the other side, we're gonna rock the pelvis again. So tilt up so you feel the low back skin on the floor and then reverse it. And keep doing that a few more times. Okay, now fold the low back skin on the floor. We're gonna cross the left knee over the right. Not very much of a bend in the legs, just, half of what it would be if you were in a bridge. Slowly let the knees go towards the floor on the left side, and let's take this arm straight up to the ceiling and straight back with your fingers spread nice and wide. Just breathe. Now, let's use this left leg to get the right knee going down towards the floor. Okay, let's change up the angle of the arm to 45 degrees out from the body. And let's bring that arm in. Bring the knees back up, uncross. Rock the pelvis up and down a few times. Now let's bring our feet a little closer to your butt cheeks, as close as you can get them. And then we're going to take the right foot and cross it over the left thigh. So you're in figure 4 stretch. Now let's try to move the the right knee forward. Create that activation. That's really what it is. While you keep that activation of the knee pushing forward, without using your hands, lift that left foot off the floor. Create a little resistance with that right foot pushing into the thigh of the left leg. And then let's slowly, really slow, lower that left foot back down. You're still working this activation. Do it again. And lower it slowly. And again, lift it. Now this time you're going to take your hands through the legs. See if you can hold onto your shin or your hamstring, either or. Now you're going to use the arms to help you get that left knee in a little closer. You're still pushing the right knee forward. Okay, we're going to release both feet back to the floor and switch sides. So important to set that left foot on the thigh with it flexed. Try to move the knee forward. Now, creating some resistance, lift that right foot off the floor and bring the right knee in towards you. And then slowly lower back down. And repeat. And lower. And lift. Take the arms through the leg, hold on to the shin. Still try to move the knee forward. And release the legs. So now your legs are bent. You've got your pelvis rotating up so the low back is on the floor. Your feet are hip width apart. You're going to let the knees rotate to the left. Take your right arm 45 degrees back. Stretching out the chest. It's also, a really good muscle that you should always make sure is stretched out so that it doesn't affect your posture. If your chest is really tight, you have a tendency to hunch forward. So we want to keep as much mobility into these shoulders as we can get. Now, while you're in this position, see if you can take that right knee and just move it down towards the floor a little further. Bring the arm back in, bring the knees back up. Opposite side, knees go right. Arm goes back 45 degrees. Left knee towards the floor, push it down. Play around with the angle of the arm if you're not feeling a stretch. Till you do. Okay, let's bring this arm in, bring the knees back up. Rock that pelvis one more time. So you're tilting it up and you're rolling it down. Okay, once you have that low back skin on the floor, I want you to bring your knees in, take your arms inside the legs, you're gonna meet in happy baby. So you're holding the outsides of your feet, move your heels up towards the ceiling. And use your arms to help you pull your feet towards the floor. Or the knees towards the floor. Low back is down on the floor, just hang out here and breathe. Okay, bring your legs straight up to the ceiling and take your arms to the floor. So your arms are just relaxing. I want you to flex your feet and then point them. And keep that going. Flex and point. Try to straighten out those legs. Now we're going to circle the feet. Pick a direction. Now change the direction. Now you're going to bring your left knee into the chest. So the right leg is straight and now your foot is flexed. Push the heel out as you slowly lower that leg down towards the floor. Keep pushing the heel out. Once you feel that heel touch the floor, start to slowly lift it back up. And now switch sides. Hug that right knee in. Left leg is nice and straight, foot flexed, heel pushes out, slowly lower down. Come back up nice and slow. Nice. Now bring that left knee in too. So you have both knees hugging into the chest. We're going to make a little circle. Just to massage that lower back a little bit. Change the direction. Nice. Now, extend your right leg all the way down along the floor. Keep your left knee nice and close to you. Now, if you need a towel, you're going to wrap the towel around the bottom of your foot or a band, and then you're going to straighten that left leg. So I'd like you to keep your right calf down on the floor. Push your left heel up towards the ceiling. That helps you get the leg straight. Let your toes of the left foot press down towards the floor. Now let's open that leg out to the side just a little bit until you feel the inner thigh. But I want you to keep your right hip down on the floor. So don't go too far that you can't do that. Let's bring the leg back up. Release the band or the towel or the foot. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So right knee comes in, towel around the bottom of the foot. Let's get that left leg nice and long and the right leg nice and long. Now push that heel out, keep the foot flexed. Make sure you're trying to move the toes down towards you, so you feel all those tendons behind the knee get stretched out. Okay, you're gonna release that leg, bend both legs like you're about to get into a bridge. Tilt your pelvis up so you feel your lower back on the floor. You're gonna take the arms into field goal position. So elbows and shoulders, same height, palms up, and they face forward. Now, let the hands go back down to the floor. So you should be nice and flat on the shoulder blades, and then bring the hands forward. Please don't let the shoulders roll up off the floor. And go back and up, just kind of flossing. Working on mobility of these shoulders. Nice and flat on the shoulder blades, keep pressing everything down towards the floor. Now, back of the hands are gonna be on the floor. And you're gonna slide your hands back. And see, keeping the arms down, how far you can go. And once you feel like you can't get any further, then you're gonna slide them back to where you started. Field goal position with the back of the hands down. Do that again, slide back. Maybe you can connect your thumb and your first finger. Maybe not, doesn't matter, just try to work whatever range you can muster. And do 2 more of these because they're super good for us. And one last one, nice and slow. Should take you 4 or 5 counts to get as far back as you can. That's how slow you're going. And then return back to your starting point, lift the back of the hands off the floor, and now see if you can move those hands forward without letting the shoulders come up. And then relax, bring your arms in, walk those heels in a little closer to your butt. We're gonna bridge up. Lift your hips as high as you can, pressing up through the heels. And then slowly lower back down. This is also a really good feel-good moment for your thoracic spine. We're gonna do it again. Press up and lower down. And one more time. Nice. Now let's extend the legs all the way down along the floor. You're gonna turn your head all the way to the left. As far as you can. And then look back up at the ceiling. And go all the way to the right as far as you can. And again, left. Try to keep nice and flat on your shoulder blades while you do this. Go right. And one more time left. And one more time right. Now come back to a neutral spine. You're gonna slide that left knee in as close to your butt as you can. Take your left hand and see if you can find your left ankle. That's how close you've got that foot. Either that or you need really long arms, one of the two. Take your right foot, sit it on top of your left thigh. Now, let the right knee go down towards the floor, rolling over that right hip. Now, once it's down, see if you can use that right ankle to press the left knee down towards the floor. So you're kind of on the side of that left foot. Now, we're going to release the hand hold to the ankle and take the arm straight back behind you. And keep using that right foot to press that left knee down towards the floor. It's a fabulous stretch. You should feel this all the way over the hip and down the side of the leg. Okay, bring the arm back by your side. Let that right heel come off the left leg and bring your legs back up. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So walk your feet really close. Get hold of that right ankle with the right arm. Left foot crosses over. Keep it flexed. And then slowly let the left leg come down to the floor. Rolling over that hip should feel really good. So now you're sort of on the inside of that right foot. You're going to let it go. Take that right arm straight back behind you and use the left foot on that right leg to press it down towards the floor. Bring the arm back. Release that foot from your thigh, bring your knees back up. You're going to extend the legs all the way down along the floor. Point the toes, take the arms all the way back. And slowly, Pilates style, lift the head, lift the arms, tuck your chin, roll up nice and slow, and dive between the legs. Nice little stretch for the lower back and the back of the legs. Okay, come on back up. We're going to do a quick 90-90 stretch before we sign off. So move your left hip all the way over to the left side of the mat. 90 degrees in the front leg, 90 degrees in the back leg. Now we're going to take the hands out in front, slowly walk them forward, lowering your torso over that leg, and then slowly come back up. And do it again. Walk it out, come back up, and one last time. So there are many different variations of this. Find whatever makes you feel the best. So now that we're up, I'm going to lift this right knee up as high as I can. Maybe I can get the bottom of my right foot down on the floor, and then I'm going to lower it again. Now I'm on the inside of the foot. Lift and lower and lift. Now I'm going to take my right hand outside that leg and I'm going to go all the way over till I'm 90-90 facing the back of my room. Bring my arms out in front. I'm going to slowly walk it down. Torso right over that leg. Walk it back up. And just keep repeating. Lower and lift and lower and lift. Now hold it up, lift the left knee up this time. See if you can get onto the bottom of that left foot, lower it back down. And really move slowly. Really generate the lift from the knee. And then lower. And lift. Best you can, one more time. Nice, now just bring both legs facing forward. We're gonna come up nice and high on our toes. And let's meet in a full forward fold. I always like to end class getting good blood flow to your face. So just hang out here and breathe a little bit. Try to keep the legs nice and straight. And now we're gonna roll up nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time.
Take a nice big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Have a wonderful day.